I'm James Kozee. I'm running for council. I've been a homeowner here for about 20 years. I kind of work in the finance department of a clinical research organization. Basically right now my big focus has been putting in an ERP, so an accounting system and an HR system. From a career aspect, I'm a numbers guy, so I really like to balance budget, right? And again, I've worked in FP&A and with the business, so I understand, right? You can't just not spend money, but at the same time, it's not infinite. So trying to match the two to make sure we maximize what the residents have versus try to minimize the tax impact as much as humanly possible. On top of that, right, it's just constantly listening, constantly learning, right? I always want to hear people's opinions and kind of leverage that. So, I never think my opinion's best. I'd rather hear everyone else's opinion and then try to come to the best solution for everybody.
James is a devoted father. He's been involved in a number of organizations over the years, from the Historical Association, volunteering for the food pantry at the Jamesburg Presbyterian Church. He's a team player. He shows up, and if you need him for something, James is right there. Tracy and I have worked with James on a couple of different projects in town, and he's always there, willing to show up, put in the work, and get the job done. That's also the kind of person you want on the council, someone who is not only willing to show up to just one meeting a month, but someone who will also go above and beyond to help put in and get the job done.
I'm someone who likes to give back to community. I've done all kinds of things from downtown Jamesburg, which has started lately, to Cub Scouts locally, to PTA activity locally, to working in the food pantry for years. Started as a community service thing my son had to do, and we both liked it enough that we've been doing it for multiple years.
James is a wonderful resident of the town. He has his family who was brought up here, and he's so involved with the Historical Association and the food pantry, and he was involved with the PTA, and I think he brings a lot of knowledge, and he's going to really bring good ideas to the table that I'm excited to work with.
Probably one of my strongest skill sets is just showing up in a room, trying to understand what people want, try to understand what can be done, matching the two up, and then circling back to those people so they can understand why we made the decisions we've made and to make sure they feel comfortable with them.
I met James approximately 9 years ago when both of our sons were in Scouts together. James stepped up just as I did and other parents did. And whatever we said, whatever we formulated, we were able to make the pack financially solvent, the kids had fun, and the kids also grew with their merit badges, and most of them moved on to Boy Scouts with the right structure that they needed. And this all came from James and I and the other parents working hard together, cohesive as a team. There's a little fact about James that he does not like to let people know, because he's very humble. First and foremost, James is a dedicated husband, father, and community member. Why I say this is because James, since Cub Scouts, he was working at the food pantry with his son Noah. He started that because it was a situation we needed to do with our sons for the Scouts. 7 years after Noah was out of Scouts, any Saturday that the food pantry is open at the Presbyterian Church, you will find James there, lugging sacks of potatoes, sacks of onions, and he does that in his personal time to help others because the need is there. Food pantry, people need to be fed, someone needs to be there. Downtown Jamesburg, we want to make the town better. I go out and do it. Cub Scouts, they needed leaders, I've done it. So I've always just been, I assess a need and I kind of step in. I never honestly really thought about it from a personal perspective. It's just if something needs to be done, I do it. And if there's a way I can make things better, I'll try to do that.